my name is Lumi and I work as the Country Promotion Officer here at the Consulate General of Finland in Shanghai. Welcome to our office. Actually, both Finland and China have a special place in my heart. Let me tell you why.
Due to my family background, I've been traveling between Finland and China since childhood. I've lived by the lakes and forests of Finland and experienced the rich historical culture of China, both shaping my growth. Especially my 6 years of studying in Xi'an further deepened this dual cultural influence, giving me a unique perspective on both of the cultures. In Finland, people live a life surrounded by the pristine nature. In summer, we stay at our summer cottages and stroll by the lakes. In the winter, we ski and read by the fireplace. In Finland, sometimes the time seems to stand still. Whenever I return to China, I'm touched by the warmth and straightforwardness of the people. In China, surrounding me are bustling crowds and the vibrant sense of life. A stark contrast to Finland's tranquil atmosphere. Most of the time, I can freely switch between these two different lifestyles. Yet, there are some moments when I feel that I need adjustment.
你国庆节放假吗？
放假3天。
你老外也放假？
哦，
有那老外，那蛮好的啊。
啊，跟你们一起放吧。
啊，那好，我感谢。
As you see, even though I've been living in China for almost 10 years, there are still some people who affectionately call me foreigner. Chinese people seem to carry an unspoken sentiment about the distinction between locals and foreigners. Old Mr. mentioned that China is celebrating her 75th birthday this year, and the diplomatic relationship between Finland and China will also reach its 75th anniversary in 2025. On this occasion, I've decided to set off to return to my father's hometown, Xi'an, Shaanxi. I think this might be a rare opportunity for me to explore an unknown answer in the place I know the best. Where exactly does that subtle boundary of locals and foreigners lie in the world of the Chinese people?
I guess there might be more to all this, but if we don't go, we won't know. So, let's go.
Growing up in Finland, I loved traveling by train because pets are allowed, making every journey enjoyable. This time, I choose to take the high-speed train, crossing 1,500 kilometers from Shanghai, the Oriental Pearl, to the geodetic origin of China, Xi'an, in just over 7 hours. The scenery outside the window changes rapidly, contrasting with the old photos in my hand, which reminded me of those places important to me in my childhood.
可爱吗? This is the first character I learned in Chinese. Pretty impressive, right? You can only find it in Xi'an. Wow. You can't live without eating this one. As good as always. My childhood playground. These elephants turned 60 this year.
Among these memories, the most unforgettable was my first visit to China when my father took me to see the terracotta warriors. At that time, I couldn't find the words to describe the majestic terracotta figures. So this time, my first stop is the Terracotta Army.
This is me when I was 5 years old and came to see the terracotta warriors for the first time. Today, after 22 years, I'm back.
As one of the 8 wonders of the world, the Terracotta Army is undoubtedly a magnificent chapter in Chinese history. It's not only a symbol of China, but also a treasure for history lovers worldwide. Since their discovery in 1974, this period also coincided with the gradual introduction of advanced technology into China, and the Terracotta Army's stunning presentation to the world benefited from the support and assistance of the international community in technology and resources.
what was the most challenging part in finding these?
All the figures should be painted 2,000 years ago, but after 2,000 years, most of polychromy on the surface of ceramic disappear because of fire, because of water flow. It's a biggest challenge to keep the remaining color, remaining polychromy. 1990s, we cooperate with German colleagues from Munich. Yeah. Very interesting on polychromy. So we focus on polychromy conservation. Thanks for the cooperation. Yeah, cooperation. So we established our laboratory in China, and we can later we can solve our problem and also all around China to help other museums.
But do you know if these kind of Chinese technology or innovations are used in different parts of the world?
Myanmar, yes, Myanmar. They have some temples, stone temples, broken after earthquake. So they invited some Chinese expert or Chinese team to help them to do some restoration of the stone temples. So something like that.
In 2013, the Vapriki Museum in Tampere, Finland, hosted an exhibition of the terracotta warriors. On the opening day, it attracted over 300 visitors within just 2 hours, whereas typically the museum sees about 100 visitors each day. Today, the Terracotta Army site welcomes thousands of visitors every day. As the fame of the Terracotta Army continues to rise, tourists from around the world have flocked to see it, creating a tourism boom that China had never experienced before the reform and opening up. In response to this unexpected influx of visitors, Shaanxi's first expressway, the Xi'an Expressway, was built. You can see it on the opposite side. The first expressway in Shaanxi has now shortened the journey from Xi'an to the Terracotta Museum to just 40 minutes, becoming a quick passage to learning history. For over 20 years, it has not only greatly facilitated tourism, but also built a bridge for communication between China and the world. Behind all this is a remarkable person, Mr. Qi Wenshan, the former chief engineer of the Xi'an Expressway. Now, in his 90s, Mr. Qi can clearly recall the work at that time, as if those years are still visible before his eyes.
西岭高速从设计到开通车一共要了多长时间？您具体参与了哪些工作？
想法是87年开始，就3、4年吧。90年的12月26号通车。西岭高速公路所有的分类式立交工程，都出自我的手。在这个公路当中，我还在设计院的时候，有引进非地核条款。那时候不但施工单位进行招投标，而且监理也使用招投标，这是一大先进。实际上都是世界上的整个全世界的一个监理制度的一个规程，而且这个制度一直指导着整个陕西省的以后的高速公路的建设。
The adoption of FIDIC contracts marked China's infrastructure officially stepping onto the international stage, closely aligning with global standards. Finland's development of low-emission railway systems, green public transportation, and internationally funded wind energy projects, all adhering to the same international standard, have left a deep impression on me. Back here in Shaanxi, I stayed at the Golden Flower Hotel, the first international hotel in Shaanxi, built in 1985. Back then, many visiting scholars and experts from around the world made this their home base. I'm curious to see if I can catch any hints of the subtle contrast between local and foreign perspectives that's uniquely Chinese.
Thank you. I have a reservation.
Please this way.
Okay, thank you.
Where you come from?
Finland.
Nice place.
A faraway place, I think, from Xi'an. Thank you so much.
当时的话是中外合资企业瑞士沙华管理集团这个团队。到了1993年的话，我们变成了由香格里拉管理集团。您看到的这个就是这些庆典活动，圣诞节
还有我们的圣诞节。
在这边过圣诞节的基本上都是回不去的这些国外的这些客人，一时间就是每个餐厅都比较爆满。
我其实看到这个画面还是蛮激动的，因为圣诞节是我们芬兰最重大的、最重要的一个节日，相当于像中国过年一样。而且圣诞老人他也是我家乡的最出名的一个人物吧。This is the room tour. Can you believe that this room was built in the 80s? Let's see. Here you can see some Chinese cultural elements. This is the year of the dragon. That's very nice. Let's see what else is here. What else is here? Oh, there's something written. It's written by hand. Very nice. Okay, but I'm gonna take a rest now, so I will see you tomorrow.
As the first foreign invested 5-star hotel in Shaanxi, this place marks the region's gateway to the world. Today, Shaanxi is the home to over 10,000 hotels, including nearly 50 5-star ones, embracing the global stage on its own way. I'm excited for tomorrow's journey, where I'll dive into the rich history of this 3,000-year-old city, exploring its past through old photos that capture the key moments in time.
I found this old photo of the first Western fast food restaurant here in Shaanxi, and as you can see, it's KFC. We all love KFC, right? But I can't seem to find it anywhere at the moment. Let's go ask some of the locals if they remember this place or not.
叔叔阿姨，不好意思，那个我能问一下，你们这里之前有一家肯德基吗？
肯德基
哦，
好像对，就在这个地方。
那当时开业的时候，你们有什么样的印象吗？去过吗？
我们经常过，说是这肯德基是个啥呀？人咋这么多的？
但当时还闹了个笑话。一个朋友，我们是在这说这个开了一个肯德基，他说这个肯德基是个啥品种啊？
就在这块
就这个。
印象太深了啊！
哦。
当年才开业的时候呀，人山人海的排队呢。之后陆陆续续的这个洋快餐都多了，你看，包括那个开源的钟楼旁边的开源的麦当劳呀，这都开了。不过这几年变化太大了。
In the late 1990s, Western fast food brands like KFC became symbols of how Chinese people began to encounter and embrace foreign cultures in their daily lives. Back then, Western cuisine was still a novelty for most, but today you can enjoy food from all over the world right here in this city. These flavors have become a part of everyday life in China and Chinese culinary traditions.
I have all these old photos of Xi'an in my hand, and today I'm going to go on a city walk together with you to check out these places. So let's go. And as you can see in this old picture, you can only see like bicycles, a lot of bicycles and not so many people. But nowadays, if you want to test your driving skills, I suggest you come and test it here in this huge driving line which surrounds the whole bell tower. And here you can also see Mini-Me besides the drum tower of Xi'an. This station used to be the first station in Xi'an for buses, and it was only one line which went past many important factories, for example a steel factory, and then for example a pressing house. But as you can see in this old picture, it's actually quite funny. You can see the space between the people is quite long, and in Finland we like our own personal space, and there are a lot of jokes in the internet that Finnish people wait for the bus like this, so pretty similar. Oh, it used to look like this. This is the Shaanxi TV tower, and in the 80s it used to be the highest building in town. But as you can see from the picture, beside it there's nothing there, but today you can see all these shopping malls, food, schools, museums. The change is quite big. Yeah, this place I think hasn't changed so much. It's still the same giant wild goose pagoda and still the same red doors you can see here, but only I've become taller than previously. I have to end today's city walk here because my friends are waiting for me to go to dinner, so I will see you guys also at dinner.
As night descends, I eagerly anticipate tonight's gathering with my friends and teachers. Perhaps much like the transformations I've observed in the city today, they too have undergone growth and change over the years.
Oh my goodness! Hi! Long time no see! Oh my God! Robin, hi!
Hello!
Hey, it's so good to be back. Hi!
Nice to meet you.
Oh my goodness. And who found this place?
Yes, it's me, of course. That's me. That's my local.
Of course.
Xi'anese, of
You're
course.
the local.
Hey guys,
Cheers,
cheers!
Ah,
cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers to Lumi!
Yay! And you guys!
Welcome back.
Thank you. We haven't seen each other in a long time, I think.
Yeah, it's been like, is it 3 or 4 years?
But you haven't changed at all.
Really? 你也太会说话了。
No, it's not. It's honest. But weren't you studying flight vehicle design
In my bachelor's, yeah.
in your bachelor's?
Yeah.
How was it though?
Flight vehicle design is a very sophisticated major, you know. You have to learn a lot of sophisticated stuff. My university, 西北工业大学, you know. Yeah, it's one of the best in this field.
Is your major still petroleum engineering?
Yeah, of course, petroleum engineering.
So you've been in this field for a long time, right?
Yeah, petroleum engineering is a very tough course. As for me, I think I'm more interested in the transportation part. Okay. My country is rich in oil. Equatorial Guinea is rich in oil, so I think this is a very good opportunity. I could go back there and work or something like that. Yeah.
Nice plans.
So, how about you, Xiahao? Your work is also related to energy.
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
right. My focus is mainly about the storage materials. Like at the moment, we have lithium batteries. It's working very good, but in future, we need something that replace it. For that, we have some other options like sodium and potassium.
And I think your field is really a future field. So what do you think about green energy?
Actually, that is something the whole world is concerned at the moment. And if we work on this domain and we got positive results, it will help the whole world.
所以王老师，我们这个专业也是招留学生的吗？
当然，因为我的专业是高电压绝缘技术，像我们前期也受到了很多的限制，也是这10余年来我们突破了，比如像 JL 管廊输电这些关键的核心技术，那我们也很愿意共享我们的知识，一起呢来推进技术的革新。
So Eric, how are you lately? Do you plan on staying here? Do you plan to go back or?
Firstly, I'm thinking about to do my master's degree, maybe in a bigger city like Shanghai or Beijing, because I think there are more potentials over there.
Yeah, I think Eric raised a very good point there.
Yeah, that's true. But how about you, Robin? What's been up lately?
Oh, very, very busy. I had 20 days back in England recently. Just flown back 3 days ago.
But that's nice though. How's life in Xi'an lately?
The nice thing is I've moved further towards the Qingling Mountains, so it's more rural, fresher air,
Okay,
nice
but that's
scenery,
great.
bigger apartment,
Oh,
all of
that's
that.
great. Since I'm aware that you have translated around 2 million characters into English already, so
I never counted them all, but that's
come on.
a rough estimate, I'm told.
So wasn't your favorite also about Qingling Mountains or something like that?
Oh, you remembered that? That was the first one we did, or that was the first one we had published in England. I mean, that's about 7 or 8 years ago. So that was Ye Guanqian's Mountain Stories.
Yeah.
It's a very appealing subject, and I think younger people are more interested in that kind of thing.
Okay. So are you still working on it now? So what are you working on now?
We may do some more of her stories, but at the moment we're doing various local writers. We're trying to promote some different ones we haven't done before. So it's all onwards and upwards, so to speak.
So how about the future?
Oh, I mean, I think we've probably got enough to occupy ourselves for 5 or 10 years, maybe until I retire even. So we're trying to motivate more young teachers and encourage them more. You know, I have a lot of graduate students that have graduated and they've moved on to different universities, so we're sort of spreading out, you might say. So it begins in Xi'an, but it may be going much further afield.
Oh, that's very impressive.
You want to join us?
If you take me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Looking back on my studies in Xi'an, I've observed the city's rapid technological innovation and experienced the openness and inclusivity that Chinese universities have extended to international students in recent years. The learning environment is dynamic with a strong emphasis on innovation and practical application in the classrooms, attracting an increasing number of international students to study in China. I believe I have found the answer. In the hearts of the Chinese people, the distinction between locals and foreigners has long since blurred. Despite being affectionately called a foreigner, there is no feeling of opposition or exclusion associated with this term. In this sense, China embraces the world with its broad-mindedness, and the world responds warmly to China. No matter how people call me, I can deeply feel that strong sense of kinship and belonging. And no matter if it's Finland or China, I am happy to be going home both ways. I want to sincerely wish my second home country, China, a happy birthday. I also hope that the friendship between China and Finland will continue to stand firm in the time and the world's changes.